Stay with us. I also want to bring in Shehzad Poonawalla from the BJP. Mr. Poonawalla, thank you so much for joining us. Essentially, the CBI is now at Manish Sisodia's home. Give us your first reaction, please.
You see, I don't want to react on the CBI reaching anybody's house. They are doing whatever they have to as per law. But having said that, Aisha, you'd remember that Meenakshi Lekhi-ji, Sambit Patra-ji and myself raised several questions about the liquor scam that took place under the nose of Arvind Kejriwal. And the fact that the Kejriwal government in fact reverted back to the old policy, scrapping the new policy, shows that they admit that there was corruption and then they did a U-turn in order to save themselves from the CBI probe. The Chief Secretary's report was the basis on which the LG has asked for the CBI probe. And what does that Chief Secretary report say? It says that 30 crores of EMD money for Zone 1 licensee of the airport zone was refunded without any due law to be, followed. Apart from that, 144 crore waiver was given to the liquor mafia. Apart from that, a rupees 50 per crate discount to international liquor companies was given without following the procedures and the norms. Laws and rules were violated by allowing manufacturing companies to come into retail, blacklisted companies to come into retail, for example, Khao Gali, and show cause notices were issued from the same excise department on which the Delhi government took no action. And therefore, there seems to be enough evidence to suggest that there was a quid pro quo that took place and a liquor scam took place, perhaps to fund the Punjab elections for the Aam Aadmi Party. These are specific questions we are asking. Unfortunately, Mr. Kejriwal hasn't answered any specific questions on the liquor scam or on the Hawala scam of Satyendra Jain. You would remember that Mr. Satyendra Jain is in jail for the last 2 months and has got no relief from courts. In fact, the courts have said he has a criminal background. The courts have even said that he prima facie established that he is indulged in Hawala transactions. Every time we ask him specific questions, Mr. Kejriwal does his whataboutery and victimhood card. He goes on to some other topic. I'd request, using your platform, please answer the specific questions, because you have come out and said that these are Kattar Imandar. If there is Kattar Imandari, why isn't the court giving them relief in Satyendra Jain's matter? Why is it that they scrapped the new policy and went back to the old liquor policy? We hope that specific questions will be answered, but unfortunately, Mr. Kejriwal is an expert at ABCD. A for advertising, B for bhrashtachar, C for cover-up of corruption, and D for deviation.
All right, Mr. Poonawalla, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your first reaction to this entire situation. We have some more breaking news coming in right now. Now, this is according to CBI sources. Raids are being carried out at multiple locations in connection with an RC in the excise policy case. Now, 21 locations are being searched, including the locations of 4 public servants. Now, I'm crossing over to my colleague Arnima to give us more details. Arnima, over to you.
So these are, locations, 21 locations that are being searched by CBI, and RC was registered. They carried out the preliminary inquiry after the Lieutenant Governor asked CBI to look into alleged anomalies in the excise policy. After completing the preliminary inquiry, they have gone ahead and registered an RC, which is a regular case, an FIR, post which 4 public servants, including the Delhi government minister Manish Sisodia and then Excise Commissioner E. Gopi Krishnan. Their premises are being searched at this moment. Total 21 locations, out of which 4 premises belong to public servants. And they're all being searched to look for evidence in connection with what CBI believes were fraudulent transactions in the excise policy.
All right, Arnima, can you also tell us about whether this, essentially, do we know any details specifically of the locations that are being raided in connection to 4 public servants? Do we have details about those locations?
I just told you 4 locations, including premises of the former Excise Commissioner and the current minister in the Delhi government, the number 2, effectively Manish Sisodia. Their premises are being raided. The other 2 public servants who are being searched, their premises being searched, are also connected with the excise department. They dealt with the files regarding this matter. Mid-level officials and their premises are being searched. Other premises include those who were allegedly favored. That is the allegation, that is the charge, that in bringing about the revised excise policy, undue favor, undue advantage was given to some in lieu of money. So those private players are also being searched, but most importantly, the minister is under the scanner.
All right, now, Arnima, one more follow-up question for you. Essentially, all right, we're going to try to establish that connection once more, but essentially this is the situation. That CBI team is at Sisodia's home. There are, and as per CBI sources, there are also raids being carried out at multiple other locations, essentially 21 locations. Now I'm crossing over to my